Thank you everyone for joining us this evening. I just want to make everyone aware that this is an open Zoom, so there are both members and non-members on this
So
Zoom.
be careful what you say.
So Michael, be quiet.
That means we all have to behave ourselves.
For anyone who is new to photo booth marketing, who has never joined our Zoom meetings before, you will see very quickly that this is a nice close-knit environment where you can be open and talk openly about everything and anything. This is a comfortable space where we all share ideas and inspire each other, and anything goes. We're also very laid back and relaxed about how the meetings go, with a little bit of structure. So first of all, this evening, I am going to share a presentation. I'm going to talk about our new campaign, which is 6K in May. And then we're going to run through what that campaign is going to entail, what type of work is going to be expected in that campaign, and then we're going to kick off with week one, which is very much getting you to look at your business right now and look at your branding and look at your assets and prepare you for all the things that we have coming over the next 4 weeks. So anyone who is not a member with us or is a new member this week, please share in the comments and say hello, introduce yourself so everyone knows that you're here. And thank you everyone for joining us.
Yeah.
You excited, Sammy?
Cuss words to a minimum tonight. That's what I heard.
I
No cussing at all. Is that what you said?
I didn't say that. I
That's
just
okay because I can't guarantee it, Ursula.
okay. Can you try a little bit and I'll try?
Okay.
This is
Who would like
bullshit.
But Danny's immediately disappointed.
Danny, would you like to start that off for us? You can start the ticker of who curses the most.
Go.
Okay, excellent. Adam and Chantel Adam, can you read messengers so that you're
So
not,
that you
not
don't,
shocked when you see something later in the
you don't
presentation?
have any surprises.
Oh,
that
shit.
Ursula's used your brand, but didn't ask you. But we're asking you now, so that's the okay thing.
She can use it. It's awesome. I mean, right here.
So yeah, I did send you a message to let you know about 4 minutes ago. So,
Chantel's actually at like a new venue opening. They're having like a little meet and greet tonight. So she headed over there. I got the kids here. So
divide and conquer. I like it.
you got to do it. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, let's kick off with our first presentation. The start of it is just about the campaign. For anyone who hasn't been opening our emails over the last 2 weeks, or the amount of stalking that we have been doing on email, I'm going to run through it all again with you, just to make sure that it is all totally embedded into your head and you know exactly what is going to happen over the next 4 weeks. And then we will kick off with the week one content, the presentation from tonight, and 5 accompanying ebooks, quick guide ebooks. All 5 of them are already on the site for you to download as soon as this meeting finishes. I have made everything quick, like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5 guides, because a lot of this stuff, most of you should already have in place. If you don't have it in place, there is a wee bit of work in this to get ready for the campaign. So let's kick off.
Close your tabs. Close your tabs before you share your screen, Ursula.
I don't have any
Please.
tabs open.
Please close Messenger.
I actually had to shut down my computer last night. It was
Your bi-yearly shutdown.
yeah, it wouldn't let me open. Google Chrome just decided it wasn't going to let me do anything at all. So we did have a wee reboot this morning.
6K in May.
Yay.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Excellent. So 6K in May. Let's have a little chat about it. So for anyone who has been with us since last year, you will remember that last year we launched the paparazzi experience. And one thing that we teach and we train as part of photo booth marketing is nothing is ever new, and trends are only trends because we create them and make them trends. Customers see something often enough, it becomes a trend. So last year in May, we had all of our clients put together the paparazzi campaign, launch it to the masses, and paparazzi is now a keyword that you can use in your Google Ads and as part of your SEO. So this year, we're turning up the heat and we are looking at 6K in May, and we're calling it the personal edition because we are going on the trend that is super hot this year. And let's not ever use the word trading cards, but they are personalized event photo experiences. So we are going to give you 3 completely custom personalized event photo experiences that you can use in your business and launch, do the marketing launch for your company for newspaper booth, album cover booth, and passport booth. What we're going to do is we're going to teach them to you. You're going to learn it. You're going to launch them, and then you're going to watch as your profits roll in.
Racks on racks.
So what are you getting as part of this campaign? You are going to get everything that you need. So you don't need to worry. Everything that you need to launch and market this, you're going to get. You're going to get a professionally produced promotional video, marketing images, a fully editable sales pitch deck, the assets pack for your software, 4 weeks of live training that actually includes 6 training sessions, and we'll talk about that in a bit, and the downloadable ebooks to accompany each of those trainings. So this is the calendar. Tonight we're going to talk about branding, and we're going to talk about how you need to get ready and get set up for this campaign. Next week we are going to talk about websites and blogging and turning your site into something that is really working for your business and using blogging to attract those customers to your site and to drive leads. Then on the 20th of May, we are going to drop that content. So you're going to get those videos, you're going to get the images, you're going to get the pitch deck, and a 30-day social media calendar for you to take. And just all you have to do is schedule it. All of the content is done. Then George is going to do tech training and walk you through the setup for the customized experiences. And then the 27th of May, we are going to do an email marketing masterclass. And again, those emails are going to be drafted, they're going to be designed, and we are going to hand them to you, and you just have to put them into your email marketing system. Then the 29th of May, we have our second tech training, and George will basically help you just to kind of polish up on anything that you have questions with and make sure that you're prepared to be able to run these types of experiences at your events. So for anyone who is not a member with us and is here just for the open meeting, this is why you do not want to miss this. 4 weeks of expert-led training. I say action-packed. You'll see after tonight. 6 live training sessions with access to watch them back 24/7 at any point for your business. Done for you photo booth experiences that you can actually sell to clients. Fully packaged marketing campaign and assets, and this really is a way for you to stand out against other people in your market and give you something different to talk about. The one thing that people always say to me is, I don't know what makes me different. I'm just the same as everyone else. We all offer the same thing. Not anymore. And you don't have to offer the same thing. Creating new and unique things is what sets you apart from your competitors. This is going to open up a new revenue stream for you and your business. So for anyone who isn't a member with us, we only have 5 places left for non-members. The other 15 are now gone. So at the end of this call, if you haven't signed up and you do want to, you need to go to photoboothmarketing.com/membership1 and you can sign up there and continue with the rest of the campaign.
Look at us selling our
I
love
know
it.
it's really
We
weird.
never do this. Look at
I
us on the
know.
hard sell.
It
Love
really is.
Love it.
Right, so now the uncomfortable bit is over. Can I just move into what I like doing?
Yeah. No, I think you should read them last 2 slides again.
I know I can't. I definitely can't. Right, so quickly moving on, let's get into the training for everyone this evening. Any questions about membership, please?
Yes, Tom's a question. We are brand new, sort of inherited the photo booths. We have a new website launching this week. Is 6K in May a good move for a new operation?
Oh, absolutely. I wish when Sammy was starting out and hired me, the first week somebody had handed me this. If someone had handed this to me the first week I worked for you, Sammy, can you imagine?
It would have been easier, yeah.
It would have been an awful lot easier because we took 10 years of playing with it and getting it, doing all the wrong things. So yes, this absolutely is good for anyone. If you're just starting out, this is the ideal opportunity for you to take a marketing campaign and see what you should be doing for your business. And you should be doing something like this every single quarter. Every 12 weeks, you should be doing this in your business to drive new business and position yourself. For anyone who has been in business 3 to 5 years, this is great because it gives you something new that you do not have to go and spend hundreds or thousands of dollars creating yourself, because it's done for you. And for anyone who is more senior in the industry, they all send their staff here for training on a Tuesday night because they don't have time to do it. So it works for everybody, no matter what level you're at. Any other questions?
That's it.
Excellent. Well, if you do have any other questions, feel free just to ask at the end of the next presentation as well. So week 1, brand it like a boss. This is my favorite topic. The only thing that scares me about this topic is it always turns into a 2-hour Zoom. So for anyone whose time is very precious today, we're just warning you in advance that
Is this one of these Zooms where people start putting their logos in the chat?
yeah, I don't think they will after the
Oh,
Zoom.
these go on forever. I love these.
So just so everyone is aware, I understand that everybody's time is precious and time is money. So I'm just letting you know that sometimes this can go on a little bit.
Ursula's going to roast you all quick
I'm not.
tonight.
I'm not going
She's
to
going to
roast
roast you quickly.
quickly. Okay. So your brand are the foundations of everything you do, and you have to have it right before you launch anything. So many people put the chicken before the egg, as they say. And you have to look right back at the foundations of your business, and the foundations of that are your brand positioning, your visual branding, the messaging and tone of voice that you use, the marketing platforms that you're using, right down to the booking system and the processes within your business. And if any of those are flawed or any of those are missing things, then there's no point launching something new, because somewhere along the line something isn't right and isn't going to fit, so the campaign is not going to deliver at the optimum that it can. So let's take a look at each of these individually. Define your brand positioning. So I want each of you this week to have a little think and say, what makes my photo booth service different? Is it luxury? Is it modern tech? Is it customization? Is it the fun factor? Is it me? Are you your business? Are you your brand? What makes you different? Or what do you want to make you different? Then who is your ideal client? The campaign that we are giving you to launch is suitable for both weddings and social, but it's also suitable for corporate. So there's a real mix in this campaign. So say you are only starting out and you're not comfortable going after corporate, that's perfectly fine, because the campaign that we're doing is also perfectly suitable for weddings and for social. But you need to decide who is your ideal client, who do you want to take money from, and who can you help. So the action tip is for you to craft a 1 to 2 sentence brand positioning statement, and I've given an example here. We help trend-setting event hosts create unforgettable moments with immersive, share-worthy content creation experiences. Now, this statement is something that you have to craft for your own business, and it needs to fall out of your mouth. It needs to be really fluid, it needs to be something you're comfortable with, and it needs to be something that you get in a mindset of saying every single day. So if that means putting it on a post-it note on your laptop or on your fridge or in your car or everywhere until you know it and it comes out of your mouth like you own it, that is what you have to do. Refreshing your brand visuals. So here I have given an example. So for anyone who doesn't know, because we as always, we don't sell anything, we don't publicize it, we do a lot of rebranding in the industry. So for any of our members who come to us and say, do you know what? I don't think my brand's strong enough, we can help you rebrand your business. It is a service that we offer. So anybody that's interested, you can always drop us an email or drop us a message afterwards. This was a recent brand, and you can see here, this was the original brand, and it was Premier Picks Maryland. And this is their new brand. And the focus with this brand was to position them and get them set up to go after a more corporate or high-end wedding client. So Adam, who is on the call. Adam, how do you feel about your new brand?
I mean, we love it, and it does look so much cleaner. Even the colors with the green and then the cream color, and then having the font. It's just so easy now to put things together. To me, it just looks more modern, more cleaner for that higher end client. And everybody that comes to the booth, so even when we were at Expo, seemed to love it. So it's definitely received well.
I didn't know, Adam, you had a red carpet and stanchions in your logo.
No, imagine.
Yeah.
Dear, dear,
That was
dear
high
Adam.
end. That was
Adam,
too high end.
stop it.
But the difference here is if you look at that first logo, that's what everybody has because that's what people do in the industry and that's what people think is right. So when you're starting out, you don't know any different because you see what everyone else is doing. And I will tell you now, 70% of this industry, their brands are shit and they're wrong and they're actually losing the money. Whereas
and to be clear, including mine. we've in fact we've rebranded how many times, Ursula? 3, 4?
your wedding business,
Yeah.
your wedding business has had 4 or 5 brands.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. So, and I'll be honest, I still don't like the font. So it might change again. But the whole thing with branding is you need to find something that you love. You'll see with the 2 pictures here, one looks like a photo booth company that you're going to pay $300, and one looks like a branded marketing agency that you're going to spend hundreds or thousands with. And that is the difference. You have to make sure that your font, your logos, your colors, your graphics are all consistent, that they're clean, that they're aligned with the target audience. If you are looking to go after local parties, then this first logo is perfectly fine. But if you want to go after customizable brand jobs, you need to look and feel like that target audience. Someone is not going to spend $5 grand with you with a logo like this. They're just not. So here's your checklist. Look at your logo. Make sure that you have your logo available in multiple fonts. You should have a horizontal version. You should have an icon. For some brands, you don't always have to have an icon. You should have a transparent PNG and a square so that you actually have the assets you need in order to market your business. You need to have consistent brand colors. So you need to know what your brand colors are, and you need to have your own fonts. No more than 3. Please. If you're doing a website or you're doing a flyer or you're doing an email marketing campaign, never use more than 3 fonts. Ideally, I only want you using 2, max 3. That's getting to overkill. So look at the fonts that you like and the fonts that work together. But it's really important not to overkill on your fonts. You should have social media templates, for Instagram stories, for Pinterest. All of those things need to be branded and aligned with your business. And you should always make sure that your website header and your falcon are very clear and that the brand is positioned properly. So I'm not going to go much deeper into that, Stanley.
That's okay, Ursula.
Well, I might later. So crafting your messages and your tone of voice. So how you sound matters just as much as how you look. You need to set a really clear tone of voice for your business. Are you fun and quirky? Are you sleek and modern? Are you warm and romantic? Are you really techy? How do you want people to see your business? You should create a tagline or a slogan. And I've just given an example here. I'm going to take you through this. I have used Adam's business as an example on the next pages. So you need a tagline or slogan. You need 3 to 5 key brand messages. And this is telling people why they need you, why they should book you. and then your what's called boilerplate text. So that's text about your company that you will use in your about section, on the about sections on your social media, a little bit in your email signature or your social bios. So let's look at an example. So this is for Adam's business. So the tagline, this is not your tagline though, Adam, but I just made this up today. Picture perfect brand moments. And then the 3 to 5 reasons people should book. So brand forward design, every activation is fully customized from branded backdrops to digital overlays. So your company is always front and center. Data driven engagement, capture more than just smiles, collect valuable insights. Data and social shares from every guest interaction. Premium experience, we blend sleek technology with white glove service to elevate your brand's presence and create lasting impressions. Shareable moments, our immersive event experiences are social media optimized to turn every photo and video into branded content that amplifies your reach organically. Scalable and professional, whether it's a product launch, a trade show, or a holiday party, we deliver on-brand, hassle-free activations at scale. And then the text. So I've just written up a little bit about. So Premier Pics is a luxury photo booth experience built for brands. We specialize in corporate events and brand activations that go beyond basic snapshots. From custom designed photo overlays and branded microsites to real-time social sharing and data capture, we help companies create memories that connect and content that converts. Whether you're hosting a product launch, conference, or immersive pop-up, our premium booths are tailored to elevate your event and amplify your message. And then you'll see in the email signature, there is the company name and then the strap line, what they actually do in the business. So photo booths for corporate events and brand activations, and then website, email, and a link to their social media. And then an example of a social bio. So immersive photo and video experience for brands and events, corporate events, retail, experimental, trade shows. Then you would put in your city or region or where you're targeting, and a link to your website. Now, when it comes to brand messaging, we are very lucky to have AI tools available to help us with this type of thing. When I started in marketing over 20 years ago, we didn't have those tools. We used to spend days, weeks, months crafting one strapline. I remember sitting in a very small office in the first PR company that I worked in with 10 of us. And you know those white flipboards and coloured markers, and coming up with names and strap lines for clients and spending days and weeks deciding on what we were actually going to pitch to a client. That has become so much more simple that anyone sitting on this call can use AI to now craft that messaging for them. But it's there as a tool. It is there as a tool to generate ideas. It is there as a tool to help and assist you. Do not lose your voice. Do not become a robot. Do not use AI to write everything in your business. Use it to generate ideas and then take it and tweak it in your own brand voice to make sure that you do not end up looking like someone that uses AI all the time. If I see anybody putting out social media posts covered in emojis, we will remove your membership. We shall not get any deeper into that conversation.
Some people don't know us well enough to know that that's a joke.
It's just,
Or is it?
it's just getting to the point now that I don't even go onto Instagram because I just can't read people's posts because there's no thought, there's no depth in anything that people do anymore. It's just, it needs to get done. So I'll throw it into AI and it gets done. But this is your brand. This is how you're talking to potential customers. It needs to look and sound like you and what you want your business to be portrayed as. So get a little bit more personal. And the great thing is, like, you can train your AI. Like, my AI now talks like me, but it has taken 2.5 years to train it to talk like me, to write like me, to not use words like, let's dive into this.
Yeah.
Let's not dive into anything. So,
Let's not elevate anything.
no, well, I used to use Elevate and now I can't anymore because it did, yeah. And there's other words that I used to use and now you're having to change them. But it is a great tool, and it is a tool that has made marketing a lot easier and a lot less scary. Because for most of us, that was always the scary thing. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to do that. So you go in and you say, this is what I would like to say. Can you help me make this better? And then you tweak it and you tell it the words you don't want it to use, and don't use emojis, and don't use the word dive. And the target audience is slightly more fun. And you just have to, it's a bit like with your photo booth. You know, if you're creating AI experiences and you're setting up those prompts, you have to be so particular. Be particular about your brand and own it. So preparing your launch content and assets. You have to have everything ready to go so that you're not scrambling during this launch period. The good thing for you is that we have done a lot of the work already, but you still need to look at where you're going to put that. So what are the marketing tools that you're actually going to use? Your website. So you need to look at either a landing page or a section for these new services on your website. It can be something as simple as blog posts. It doesn't have to be a fully fledged landing page if you don't have time to do that in your business. So there's always other ways to do it. But ideally, you want a new product page or a new landing page on your website for this. Your social media platforms. You must ensure that your social media platforms are optimized and up to date for 2025. If you have not looked at your Google My Business account since you started 3 years ago, now's the time to do that. If you have an Instagram account that you open once a week, you have to go and you have to optimize that and you need to start using it. If you have a LinkedIn, personal LinkedIn that you never use, or a business page on LinkedIn that hasn't seen the light of day for the last 12 months, you need to get in there and you need to get it optimized and get ready for this campaign. You will need an email marketing system of some description, and you want to look at lists. So you need to look at data that you can actually market to. Do not be afraid if you're sitting on this call and you have just started out, because the 5 ebooks that went onto the website today gave you quick guides on how to do all of these things. So you can go and download those straight after this call and start working on these things so that you're ready for when these things come into the plan over the next few weeks. Then the final thing is your booking system and your processes. So you need to be ready to capture the interests of people and convert them smoothly. So they must have clear mobile friendly booking process. When I land on your website, is there a book now button? Or is there a check my date? Or is there an inquire now? And is it in my face? If there isn't and it's not, you need to get it on there. Are you using calendar availability or an inquiry form? Either are good options, but you need to give people somewhere to go. Automated email follow-ups. So for so many of us in our business, we're so busy. Lots of us are full-time at this and very busy with events. Some people are still working full-time jobs and doing this. So automation is essential. So have a look and see what automations you have set up in your business at the moment. And then pricing, so brochure or proposal template, which we are giving to you. So you do not need to worry. All you have to do is rebrand it for your own business. But you need to look at what your processes and procedures are within the business at the minute. When a client comes in, first of all, where are they coming in from? How are they starting to talk to you or communicate with you? What are you sending them? And then how are you getting them booked? What are you using as that booking system? So those are just a few things that you need to do over the next week. Does anyone have any questions?
Josh says, dang, starting to feel like this is all aimed at me. Josh, you are in the right place now, my friend. If that's how you feel, you have arrived to the right place.
I'm going to stop sharing so that I can actually see everyone and take questions.
That's funny. Adam.
So just to maybe sell for you guys a little bit too, but one thing that is fantastic about having the brand redone is having the brand kit fully loaded in Canva, because you provide us all this other, other media that we can use, and it's so easy to convert. once you have your color palette in there, all your hex codes, you just change all the coloring over, and add your wording. So, I mean, if anybody uses Canva, which I think pretty much everybody does, even if you have your own brand, take the time to build your brand kit in Canva. It will make updating everything they provide you so much easier.
I have to say, like when we were doing brands in 2018 and Canva wasn't a thing, I'm going to say this, and there's people on this call that I did do their brand back then, and they fucked it up in about 6 weeks because they took it
Welcome,
and
welcome, welcome to
they
photo booth marketing.
no, but
If
they
this is
took
your
it
first
and
time,
right, no, but they took it and they took this beautiful brand that George and I had spent weeks crafting for them, and they started making templates and they started changing the logo and cropping things, and you're going, no, no, that's not how it's supposed to look. But now Canva doesn't allow you to do that. We put everything in, and all you can do is use what's in there, and your fonts are in there and your colors are in there, and you can't fuck it up.
Ursula, let's call them out. Who was it?
Michael Vayner,
Oh,
one of
Michael
the first ones.
Vayner. You should be ashamed of yourself, Michael.
Michael, do you remember the first brand that we did for you? And
Michael, what
what
did
are you
you
doing?
do?
It's not supposed to look like that. He's
What do
also
you
just got
mean?
another brand done
Michael,
recently
what have
too.
you done,
Have
Michael?
you got the new brand behind you?
Yeah.
Oh, speak up so
There you
people can
go.
see it,
Look
because
at
we
it.
only see you when you
Yep.
talk.
Oh, I got to tell you, it is literally like a breath of fresh air. Like you said earlier, like it's all uploaded into my Canva, and it's just ridiculously how prepared I am now.
Yeah.
And to give you a little nudge, I have my first event booked under Next Level Event for later this month for $5,500.
Mm,
Nice. I like that story, Michael.
excellent. Excellent. Um, it just makes a difference. It
Mm-hmm.
always makes a difference. So that's
Well,
Michael.
we say this before, and like I'm the perfect example. Like, the mistake is not in doing the brand that everybody does when they start a photo booth business. And you can see them, it's aperture petals, camera outlines, flashes stuck in random places. And there's nothing wrong with that because you're new and you don't know. The mistake is getting 2 years down the line and not
I'm
saying,
still using it.
and not having the conversation with yourself that goes, okay, this is no longer good enough. I need to spend money and update this. I mean, that's where people go wrong. It's not because everybody does it. I did it.
I had never seen a red carpet until I seen Adam and Chantel. So
Yeah, that's a little bit
where did this
unforgivable, Adam.
Hey, easy now, easy.
But I have seen 360s. I have seen Merbus. I have seen
Products,
seen
products
it
and
all.
logos.
Product in your logo. Why? Why would you do that? But you don't know what you don't know. And that's just for a lot of people starting out, that's what happens. And it's the same when it comes to talking about ourselves. It's very difficult to write your brand story when you start out, because when you start out, you're a very enthusiastic entrepreneur that has looked at hundreds of photo booth websites that are all wrong. And then you go, oh, well, this is what everyone else is doing, so now I'm going to do this. And then it's that moment that you look at it and you go, okay, actually, this needs to be better. I'm better, and my brand can be better. And that's what I want you all thinking about this week.
Yeah, and it's also at the start, you don't have any money. So like something off Fiverr at $20, that's your budget. That's what you want to spend. When you're 2 or 3 years in and you want to throw 3, 4, $500 at it, you can, because you've got the money to do it.
When I worked at agency, our brand job started at 10 grand. Like, we didn't even speak to people if their budget wasn't 10 grand, because we spent weeks getting to understand their target audience and doing focus groups and finding out what actually resonates with your customer. And there's a whole psychology behind branding. It's not a simple, here's my logo. It really isn't. Like, you can take your flyer as you have it right now and you can rework it using brand psychology to make it convert. And that's the difference between branding and a logo. It's actually understanding fundamentally how you look better, how you talk better, how customers are going to be attracted to you, and how you can command more in terms of money. Because if you learn to talk to your customers properly and you learn to position your brand in the right places to the right target audience and speak to them in the right way, then you build trust. And trust is everything. In business, if someone trusts you, they'll spend whatever you ask them to spend. Money doesn't come into it because they trust you as a business owner and as a service provider for them.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, this doesn't even really do it justice, because understanding everything that you just said there, Ursula, and what it all means, like, we could do 4 weeks on that to
Oh,
train,
no.
to educate people on this is how this works and this is why you need, like, that's a whole education. That's a training session right there
Yeah.
on understanding branding and how it affects business and how it affects what you can charge and how it, like, I'm just repeating what you said like a parrot, but how it talks to your target audience. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a whole education there
Yeah.
that
And
people just.
even the difference in your colors, what colors you choose, because everything falls to UX design now, because so many of our customers find us online or are driven online. Like, there's colors that you just should not use online because they don't work. They don't work for the eye, they don't work for the customer. One in particular that, and it really it breaks my heart, but yellow is an amazing color that makes people feel good and makes people feel better about themselves and better about a brand. But in terms of UX design, it's really bad for readability. And so you can actually lose quite a lot of customers if you have too much yellow on your website. But yellow makes people feel good. So it's tough. And if you have yellow on your flyers, it's
So
okay.
it's yellow with a black background.
No, well, and I know this too. I had a whole brand that was yellow before we had photo-based marketing, like an entire app that was crafted around yellow because yellow's a lovely color and it makes people feel good. But when it came to the actual website design, we had to strip it all back and it had to become our lesser color, essentially.
Somebody asked a question. I think it was Tom. Our website's WordPress. Will you be helping us get it cleaned up?
There is an ebook on the site to tell you what you should have on your website and how it should look, but I will do a review of your website for you if you want to send it to me. So over the next week, while you're all starting to look at your platforms and look at what you have right now in your business, you can send me an email and I will do a website audit for you. So long as you're open to honest feedback.
That means horrible feedback. That's a nice way to say horrible feedback.
No, there's bound to be people in this call that I have
That's what that
feedback
means.
to that's been helpful for your
Yeah.
website.
I don't know who was first. I'm going to go with Alicia. Rick, I think you were first, but ladies first. Sorry.
Sorry, Rick. I have a quick question. It's not really about rebranding. It's more about marketing. But I had a very large hotel chain contact me, and they want to do digital marketing for me within their hotel, the local one. They're going to have digital screens. They're going to put my brand on there. They'll use me for their concierge service and things of that nature. I have a meeting with them tomorrow. He told me it's $1,500 a year, which sounds great. My only fear with this is they're already there, right? So this particular hotel has 500 to 600 events per year. So I'm wondering if this is good or not, because see, I guess I'm looking at, you're already there. You're already having your event, so it's too late for you to book me. But would you book me for your next? Or you know what I mean? Or are you contacting concierge to find out? Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that?
So they basically want you to pay $1,500 a year for them to advertise you on their digital platforms throughout the venue.
I believe I know that it is on a screen. I think it's in the I want to, from what I understood, I think it's in the lobby.
Okay. Are you a preferred supplier with that venue?
Not yet, but I think that would make me one. And that's the question I need to ask too, and make sure they're not hiring other vendor or other photo booths.
Yeah. So one thing you have to remember is brand association is very powerful in terms of a PR tool. So to give you an example, the app that I had, the yellow app that I had before in another life, one of the things with that was for us to align ourselves with really strong brands. So for example, we brought Hilton on as a partner on that app because Hilton only partner with the best. And so if you're seeing to be a brand partner with them, it really helps your brand in terms of positioning.
Yep.
So $1,500 for a year's worth of branding with a venue that sounds like one of your ideal target clients is a good thing in terms of PR. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
yes, $1,500 is nothing to have your brand over that venue for 12 months.
Okay.
But where the real work comes in when you're at the meeting tomorrow is to find out from them. You basically go in very much, oh, I'm really open to this. This sounds like a great idea. How can we work more closely together?
Okay.
Do you have a preferred vendors list for your events? How are you advising your clients in advance of events? Could you do some email marketing for us? Ask them for additional things that they do. How are they attracting clients when someone's coming in? The other thing is you could actually sell them a brand partnership where you say, I can give you 3 exclusive experiences for your customers. You can charge them whatever you want, but you pay me this. And we had that with the Hilton Group, where they had our pitch deck. It was co-branded for them and for us. And any corporate client that come in was handed that pitch deck, and then they just booked directly through them and they paid us.
So if I did that, I would not pay for the marketing, correct?
You'd still have to
Okay.
pay them for the marketing
Okay. Okay.
because they're ultimately just selling you advertising space.
Okay. But
But
understood.
you want to know what else you could do and how you could help them.
Okay. So I have, let's see, I'm trying to take notes, sorry. Preferred vendors list, email marketing.
Oh, and a backlink. Can you get a backlink from their website? Because that's massive for your SEO.
Got it. Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Welcome.
Alicia. Rick?
So curious, does it make sense to have 2 separate domains? So if you have wedding and you want corporate, have 2 separate domains altogether, or just 2 separate landing pages with the same domain?
It depends on your brand and it depends on how big your team is and how big you want to grow. We have 2 separate brands within our business. So one for weddings and social and one for corporate. But with that comes double the work. So our marketing budget, each of those companies has a marketing budget. Each of those companies has its own ad campaigns, its own social campaigns, its own SEO campaigns, its own email marketing. So it depends on who's going to do all that.
Yeah,
That's you, Rick.
yeah, you're looking at them.
Well, but the other side of it is, are you at the point in your business where you can hire a VA for $9 an hour to do all that shit for you?
Yeah, technically we should be, yes.
Is maybe you're at that point in the business where you need to hire somebody else to do those things.
Yeah, probably
Like,
so.
and I know it's really hard because like I'm a control freak. I am a complete control freak and it's really difficult. But when I first started with my executive business coach, I remember sitting on the first call going, one, I don't even need coaching. Why am I doing this? My sister had gifted me the first 3 for my as a birthday present because she was convinced that this would change my life. And I had said to him, oh, I'm so stressed and I never have any time and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, okay, well, let's write the job spec for the person that you need to make your life easier. And for me, I thought in our business, we needed somebody to do marketing. But by the time I got to the end of the job spec, I was like, but I really like doing this stuff. This is the stuff I'm good at. And he was like, well, let's look at what you're not good at or the things that are draining you. And he made me do a list of all the things I hated doing in the business. And oh my God, that list was extensive. And within a week, I had a new accountant, I had a new bookkeeper, and I felt this lift off my shoulders to be able to put my energy back into our marketing, which is what I love doing. So you have to look at the things in the business when you get to a certain point to say, why am I doing this shit? I don't want to do this shit. And I own a business, so I need to hire somebody else to do it.
My problem is I like doing a lot of stuff, but I'm not great at doing a lot of stuff.
If it takes you 3 times longer than someone else to do it, you need to outsource it.
Yeah.
Because it's just losing you money. Ultimately we're in business to make money.
Well, technically, every single member with us has outsourced the stuff that we do for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a perfect example.
Yep.
stuff they don't have time to do, they don't want to learn how to do. So they just use photo booth marketing to do all their photos, promotional videos, pitch decks, all the stuff that would take people a week because they don't know how to do it.
Yep. But when it comes to the brand, it really depends on how targeted you want to get with your marketing. Now, there's lots of people very successfully have a brand that can target both markets and a website with two separate sections on it. You can do it and it is possible if the brand is right and if the website is right and if the user journey is right when someone lands there and if your marketing campaigns are specific to the target audience. But it has to have a strategy. Marketing is a science. It's not just throw it at the wall and see what sticks.
I'll probably enlist a little help later on.
Drop me a message if you need some help.
Well,
Okay.
thank you.
Gerald, hello.
Hi.
Don't make us look at your brand again, Gerald. We've been looking at it for 2 years and we've told you it's shit. Have you done anything about it?
I did. I did a new logo last night.
I
literally did.
A logo or a brand?
I did I did a name, a company name.
Oh.
I did GMH digital experiences.
Okay.
You go after corporate stuff, separate from our cartoony wedding things and that. And I made the logo very simple and just thing. But that's not what my question was about. But yes, I did. I did last night. I was up till like midnight getting all my social media shit and reserving my name across the board of everything. So yeah, I've been working on it.
Good.
My question is, talking about, not wanting to do stuff and outsourcing like you guys. Somebody was talking about the Canva, about the brand kits in Canva. Is it possible to, when you set up the brand kits for the pitch decks you're doing, to use the brand kit to do like right across the pitch deck? Or do I have to go in and like I've been taking the pitch decks and I'm literally going into every single page and I'm like deleting your logo and putting mine in. And
You do have to go in and edit them individually.
okay. I wasn't quite sure because they were talking about brand kits. I wasn't sure if you can flip that stuff or not.
Yeah.
Excellent.
No, it's not. It's not that you can just go into Canva and say, drop my logo on every page. It's not that yet. Yet.
Okay.
But I'd
Wonderful.
say it's coming.
Awesome.
Excellent. Was that it, Gerald?
That was it. Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Jeanette,
Hi, guys. Okay.
Hi, Jeanette.
hello.
Hi. Okay. Now, because my companies are older, so my like 3 companies fall under a blanket. So because I know I talked to her a while back, and I made my companies incorporated. But when I did my logo, I wanted my clients to not see me as a woman, but see my business. So I went with a logo that kind of like, so people wouldn't look and go, oh, look, it's a woman. You know, I wanted them to like see, think, okay, professional photographer, and then be like, oh, okay, she's a woman now. And that actually worked for me for like years. And then incorporating it just kind of made everything, you know, like incorporating the photography and the photo booth company kind of worked for me the same way. So, I know, do you think continuing along that line is still a great idea for me? Because it's worked so far.
Yeah, because Jeanette, it gives you that professional stance. You have essentially created a brand and an umbrella group of companies that work under that brand. And that gives you strength, that you have the one brand and then multiple companies within that offer different services.
Yeah, because because I mean, because people that don't even know me will walk up to me and see my truck and say, oh, okay, I recognize your brand.
Yeah.
So
And
my
that's
logo,
what you want. Brand recognition is everything.
yeah. So that has been, worked for me for a long time because I started Burton Photography like over 20 years ago. And so, and I've been in photo booths like 9 years. So, I mean, but the photography has its own website. The photo booth has its own website. And then of course, Antiques and Collectibles, they have their own, but they all fall under Burton Incorporated, which we changed to a little over a year ago.
Yeah, which is perfectly fine.
Okay, thank you.
Deanna? Deanna's gone.
Hi, I'm here. Sorry.
Oh, you're there. Sorry, I thought you went.
Um, I forgot who it was that was talking about. She was gonna have a advertisement at this venue and 1,500, and you said, why don't you just l leave it there? And well, okay, so my question is similar to that. When you, and we've talked about this before, when you leave a booth somewhere and um they can rent it for you, they can rent it from you, and then they can sell it to their customers. How do you know how much you should charge that venue per month? Because a place that's like a bar might want to pay something different than like an indoor play place.
Yeah, so that's either a long-term lease or a short-term lease that you're looking at, which is different to what we were talking about earlier. What you're doing is you're selling them a service, and it's very dependent on what the client's needs are and what their expectations are. A lot of the time, clients can be put off with permanent installs is if you charge a big upfront fee. So there's two ways to do it. You can charge an upfront fee and then a smaller monthly fee, or you can break it up over months and it'd be slightly higher. But it's very dependent on what you have available in your business. You know, if you were sitting there and you had three additional booths that you've had for a while that don't go out very often, and you can let one of those go out of your business and it can make you $2,000 a month, then you can do that. You know, so you have to look at the inventory you have in your business and what the capability is with that inventory in order to make money. But there's lots of different ways to do permanent install or long-term lease, depending on the client and what their budget is. And if they don't have a budget for a booth, you can always do a virtual booth.
Okay.
There is a costing document on the site, Deanna, with like a breakdown of three ways to do permanent installs and long-term lease, but it is very dependent on the client and what their expectations are and what they want to get out of it. You know, if it's a large hotel chain that is looking to collect data, how much is an email address worth to them? How much are they currently spending on Google Ads to get people to sign up to their newsletter? You know, look and ask those marketing questions to find out how is this going to help you and what value is it going to bring to your business in order for you to work out what you're going to charge them. And then, so long as whatever it's costing you, you're making three times as much every month, that's okay, so long as it's profitable. Everybody's business is different. If you're not sitting with an extra booth and you have to buy a booth, then you need that upfront cost. If you are sitting with an extra booth that's not doing anything and you want to get it out the door for a couple of months, then you can utilize it in that way. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rhonda, I see you. I see your
Hey,
comment,
Ursula.
Rhonda.
I just got back the website to view it today. I already found some errors, but I wanted to ask you, should I have starting prices on the website?
Mhm.
Okay, because he put them very low, so I have to go in and get those
So
checked.
he put up starting prices you're not comfortable with.
Yes,
Okay.
after our discussion. So, I sent everything over to you if you could just take a look.
Okay, I'll have a look at it for you. And we can...
Okay, that's all.
Excellent.
Josh feels like he's been hit by a 10-ton truck.
Why? What's wrong, Josh?
I think this Zoom's really affected Josh.
I don't see. Where are you seeing these messages?
In the chat. Josh, don't worry about it, man. I'm going to tell you a story. Every year at PBX, you know how many people stand and tell me to my face that they don't need any help with marketing? It's about 80% of people. What do you guys do? Photo with marketing. I don't need any help with marketing. And then there's a few of them that will sign up, and literally on the first Zoom, if their camera's on, I can watch the blood slowly drain from their face. And then I message them and like, tell me again about how you don't need any help with marketing.
We'll learn
Uh, see your long-term lease, are you marketing that broadly, or is that coming through targeted emailing?
So for long-term lease, it is very much about you pinpointing the target audience that you want to work with and setting up the assets and running a marketing campaign to attract those customers. Some people walk into venues and just sell permanent installs and long-term lease to them. It depends on the type of salesperson you are as well. But you also need to position your brand in a way that you know what you're doing and you know how to sell this to someone before you just go out and start throwing it at people. Am I frozen again?
No, you're not. Sorry, we were just taking it all in.
That's okay, because I thought, oh, this is
No,
gonna kick me out again.
no,
It's been
sorry.
so good the last few weeks.
When you were away the last time, Tom
Okay.
asked, I know nothing about how to attract traffic to a website. Will you be teaching this?
Yes. So what we can do as part of this campaign, and funny, next week we are doing website and blogging. That is the first thing that we are going to talk about next week.
Brandon, if you don't need help with marketing your line, I agree. Alicia, so what are you charging for the rebranding service? Is this part of membership?
It's definitely not part of membership. It is a separate service and it is $750. That includes your branding. So it's a brand consultation with me, first of all, and then we will put together 3 concepts for you to choose one. And then once you have decided on the concept you're going to go with, we then give you that full assets pack. So your icons, your logo, your colors, your fonts, your social media headers, your social media templates, and your business cards all dropped into your Canva for you.
Sounds like a bargain.
It is a bargain. We don't make any money off it, Sammy, so don't get excited.
Well, then why are we doing it, Ursula? Let's stop
It
it.
probably loses money, but
Let's stop it. No,
helps
that's it. There's
people.
no more logos, no more brands.
It helps people. It changes the face of a business and it changes someone's business. So
Yeah, Amber needs help. There's no more questions that I can see. Don't know whether you've inspired everybody tonight, Ursula, or once again scared the life out of everybody.
No, but and this is the thing. Tonight is an overview to say, here's what we need to be doing to get ready. But remember, next week we're going to talk about website and we're going to talk about blogging and how to attract people to your website. And we're going to baby step you through all of these things.
I know, but why
before
does
you even launch the campaign? So don't be panicking. That's what we're
what you
here.
need to do to get ready sounds like about 6 months' work.
Well, it's not. And this is the other thing. Even little improvements, small improvements on your homepage, small improvements on your social media, actually doing something makes a difference. There's not one person sitting on this call who can't make 6 grand from this campaign this month. Not one. You just have to take what we're doing and you have to action it. And everything that we train takes an hour a day. If you're doing it consistently and you get into your routine, it only takes an hour a day. Now, that won't be in the first few weeks or the first few months if you're starting out and you've never done this before, because it takes time to learn to do it in an hour a day. But once you get into a routine, you can market your business in an hour a day.
Hour. Let's put the syllables back in the words for the people that aren't Irish.
Sammy, can I say something?
Absolutely.
So Ursula helped me with my branding and I got shirts, hat, books, everything. And now that I've been wearing my branding, people are asking me all the time, like, what is Playground Pixel? And now I'm being able to tell them and give them a card. I'm just grateful for Ursula. So thank you.
Is that what you're called, Ron? The Playground Pixel?
Yes.
I love it.
Isn't it a great name?
That's an awesome name.
I'm loving it.
That's an awesome
I'm gonna take lots of credit for that. I love the name.
Yes, you sure did. We worked on that brand for a while. Oh my God. Yeah. But it's catchy and it's exciting.
Yeah.
And it's not Rhonda's photo booth.
Nope.
$200.
Yeah. Yeah, funny. I watched the thing. I watched some reel the other day, and it said if you want to sound like a small business, put your name in it.
Yeah.
It's the first sign of a small business.
Yeah.
Well, like Joe's Carpenter Joe, or like tradesmen and all do it. Steve's Plumbing. That said that if you want to sound small, stick your name in it.
Yeah. Or create a brand and make yourself look, even if you are only one person like Rick doing everything across all the brands. So long as you have the right brand name, nobody needs to know. And so long as on your website you always use the word our team, nobody needs to know that you
Our
are
team.
the team.
And when you're asking people for money, say our accounts are asking.
Yeah. And then you
i.e.
have
me.
You have a hello address that everybody gets and responds from, and it could be anybody on your team responding from it, even if it's not. Sammy, we've had hundreds of members of our team for years.
Yeah, we have.
Until we actually had a team.
Yeah. When we're asking for money, we say our accounts department is requesting this is paid.
Yeah.
The accounts department's me and Ursula typing it out.
I know. I sign off other people's names as well when I'm putting bad news across. I send it from somebody else. But
Yeah.
that's what growing a business is.
Our accounts department is wondering why this invoice hasn't been paid.
Yeah. So how are we all feeling? Are we all excited about this month?
Super pumped.
We've got some additional training. Super George will be on hand for 2 sessions to get everybody up to speed with the technical side of things. And we are here to hold your hand the whole way through this.
Itself, does a rebrand mean changing the name as well? Do you recommend that?
Not necessarily. It depends on the name that you have and the brand that you have. If you're not changing the name, it's called a brand refresh, which companies do all the time. Like you only have to put in a Google search for Coca-Cola and bring up images and see how many times they've changed their brand. None of us, as a household name, you might not even notice the small tweaks that they've made. But if you look at Coca-Cola in 1940 compared to Coca-Cola today, it's a completely different brand because you have to rebrand depending on your target audience and how the market is changing. Any questions?
No, everybody's terrified.
Well, George and Sammy have come up with brilliant concepts. And I'm going to show you all how to put them out there and use them as marketing tools. And here's the other thing. Like, these concepts are marketing tools. You could get clients, right? Ultimately, a client just wants a photo booth. But to attract that client, you need to show them the cool stuff that you can do for them. When they come in, they might still just book a photo booth. Point and click. But they've been attracted to you because your marketing shows them something innovative, it shows them something fresh, it shows them something new. That's what marketing is. Marketing is attracting people to start a conversation with you and take action. And that's what this campaign is going to do. But I also want you to sell it to everybody and make a ton of money. Rick, go ahead. Rick, you're muted.
Sorry, Rick, I muted you. My fault.
Way to go. Thanks, Sammy.
Sorry.
Just for a case in point, I used your marketing for the Vogue booth on our website, and I sold one yesterday.
Do you own one?
Huh?
Do you own one?
No.
Even better, Rick. That I'd love to hear that. Love it.
I'm renting one from another boother nearby.
There we go. He's dry hiring from someone else, so they're all making money.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It works.
It totally works. It totally works. Well done. Now we just need to get you a wee VA sorted by Friday and you'll be a millionaire come the end of the year.
Big hat, all the cattle, Rick. Huh?
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, George has put in all the Coca-Colas over the years.
George, how do you do that shit so quickly? How?
Because if you put it into Google, there's bound to be a
no, but he's just fast.
the evolution of Coca-Cola.
He's just weirdly fast, that guy. He just does stuff too quickly.
He's like a wee mini AI.
He is. George bot.
George Bot. George, you've had many nicknames over the years. George
I
Bot is
did.
a new one.
George Bot.
Well, I'm very excited to work with everybody over the next 4 weeks, I have to say. The boys have put together really good concepts that are very marketable and very sellable to any target audience, and very manageable and very doable for anyone, no matter where they are within their business right now. So thank you all for joining us. Anyone who needs their website reviewed or their brand reviewed, send me an email to ursula@photoboothmarketing.com.
You're going to be busy tomorrow.
It will take me 3 weeks to get through you all by the time I get to the end of it. But do send me an email. I'm happy to review it for you and give you some feedback. And anyone who has any questions or needs any help, as always, the team are on hand. So you can email hello@photoboothmarketing.com, and one of the 900 people that work here will respond to you.
One of our huge corporate team will be in touch.
The mega giant that we are. Someone will respond to you. But if you need it, reach out.
Alicia, you got a question?
I do, real quick. So I think I caused confusion because I have my company, which is Ogden Girls Enterprises, and I have DBAs under my company. So my photo booth company has its own name, which is Magical Memories 360 Photo Booth. And so my email is Ogden Girls Enterprises. When they call my 800 number, it also mentions Ogden Girls Enterprises home of. Is that horrible?
No, so essentially what I see is Enterprises is the holding company, and under that there will be a group of companies to get services from.
Okay, so it's okay that I do have an information at Magical Memories email for just general, you know what I mean? But my email is Ogden Girls Enterprises. So when I'm speaking to somebody, I utilize that email. That's not an issue.
You really should be using the company email address
Okay.
rather than another, because it could cause confusion. But here's the thing. We get inquiries into both our businesses. So if Media Lab gets an inquiry for a wedding, I forward that email on to Emily at the wedding's email address, and she responds as Emily from the wedding's email address. If she gets a corporate inquiry, she passes it on to me, and I just reply from the email, taking her out of the chain. But then everything following that is from that company email, so they know who they're speaking to. But not once has anyone ever said to me, well, I didn't ask you for a quote. I contacted Booth NI.
Yeah, nobody's done that either. I just didn't know if I was causing confusion or anybody would question the validity of the photo booth company.
No,
with
so
it.
long as somewhere on your website you have, the other company at the bottom to
Okay,
say it's
I don't
corporate.
have that, so that might be a
I
good.
would put that on, because again, that shows strength in the brand.
Okay,
I actually like your holding name better than your photo booth name.
okay.
I don't understand why you didn't use that but anyway,
Okay, all right. Good enough.
it's really nice.
Thank you very much.
I think I might get this name wrong. Vignesh, is that right? Please correct me if I've butchered your name. Right now, our company gets booking for photo booths over the weekends. What's the formula to get consistent bookings throughout the week?
You need to target corporate, and corporate is about business to business networking, utilizing LinkedIn, and growing an email list that you can target on a regular basis, building relationships with agencies. There is a formula to it, and we do have a full course on that on the site that our members can utilize.
Itself, does any hosting work, or are there preferred ones to rank better, like WordPress?
Well, WordPress is the website that you're using. It's not necessarily your hosting. So are you talking about the platform that you're hosting your website on?
Yeah, I think that's what they mean. Yeah.
Yeah, so it really depends. Everyone's different. I'm a WordPress girl because I understand WordPress and I can do things in WordPress myself. Other people use Squarespace, other people use different platforms. But for me, the reason that I've always loved WordPress is it's very scalable. if something in WordPress isn't working, you can find a plugin for it, or you can get someone to build you a plugin for it. You can make changes quickly. It also has lots of tools available internally, and because it's been going such a long time, it has additional things like email marketing and things that are integrated. You can always find a solution. Whereas sometimes when you use the likes of Squarespace or you use other platforms, you might be limited in what you can do for growth. But it's ultimately up to you what platform you're comfortable with or that you're using. The other thing is, if you really don't know anything about websites, don't build your own, because you are going to spend 8 months of your life putting together a website, and then you're going to launch it, and 2 weeks later you're going to hate it, or something's going to go wrong and you're going to have to pay somebody else to do it anyway. And that's another first timer mistake that people do, because you think it's saving you money. It is not saving you money to sit and build a website when you're not a professional.
Could you point me to the course to attract corporate clients? Corporate bootcamp, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you go on to our website and you go to the Academy page, so it's a big blue button at the top of the website. Go to the Academy page, and I think we called it How do you attract 5 to 10K clients?
Corporate clients, but there's also a corporate bootcamp in the Zoom section too.
There is, but the one on the Academy is laid out and simplistic and takes you through it step by step. So it's everything in one place for you to go straight into the Academy and do it there. And the only course on the Academy that members have to pay additional for is the advanced LinkedIn course. The rest of the courses on there, you all have access to.
Members have access to be clear.
Members have access to.
And I'm sorry, what was that one called? Because there were a few courses, and maybe it's been a while,
George
but
is
they
sharing.
did
Look at
cost.
George Bot is live.
Scroll down, George. There it is there. How do you attract 5K to 10K corporate photo-based clients?
So did this change? Did it used to cost us?
No,
No,
anyone that's a member has always had access to these courses. The only one that is paid for is the advanced LinkedIn.
which is about 6 hours long. So if you're not totally serious about LinkedIn, don't buy it.
But if you're totally serious about corporate, do the corporate course first and then do the LinkedIn course, because you do need to be utilizing LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yeah, the LinkedIn one's extensive.
Yeah.
Because I can remember doing it. It was like six hours, wasn't it, Ursula, or something?
Yeah, it was a full day. And that course had been tested on somebody else in the industry for their team for 4 weeks before we did the full day course as well. It's very in depth.
Mm-hmm. Dana, hello.
Hi, everybody. So for me, the pitch decks haven't seemed to work for me on the private side. Am I doing something wrong? I send out like no more than 3 experiences at a time in it, but people, I don't know, maybe the people in my area are slow acting or something. They act like they don't get it.
So when you send the pitch deck, are you
Uh-huh.
sending pricing on the pitch deck?
No.
On the initial? So you're just sending, here's 3 experiences that would be great for your wedding or your party.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then do you get no response?
Yes, either no response or yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I feel like I've been getting ghosted a lot. I don't really know how to overcome that.
Could be
Okay.
the quality of the customer.
It could be the quality of the customer, but the other thing
Mhm.
that you could try, Dana, just for a week with your next inquiries, is on the
Mhm.
pitch deck have prices starting from.
Gotcha. Okay.
Even if it is prices starting from $500, so that somebody can see, is this in my budget or is it not? Because they could see that pitch deck and go, oh, I can't afford this. And they've had
Okay.
an email from somebody else down the road with, we have 3 options, here they are, here's the price and here's what's included. And then they get your beautiful pitch deck and they go, oh, I can't afford her.
That could be because I am running into there's a lot of photo booth companies in my area. I'm in one of those areas, I think like where you are, where there's a whole bunch of people. There's like a large range. I think I don't know what the higher end ones charge. I guess I would have to like set up an account, to find out their prices. They don't list their prices, so I don't know what they charge. And then there's the lower end ones, and then there's like all these Facebook marketplace people, and it's just like, so the ones that do communicate, I get told quite frequently, oh, that's I can get that cheaper, or oh, I've got like 3 or 4 other quotes for less. And of course, I'm not trying to compete with those people, but
Yeah.
that's what I've been running into quite a bit here lately.
Yeah. I would start with putting the prices from, because
Okay.
essentially like a digital drop-off with a $500 is affordable for anyone.
That's what I thought. And the one girl, she's like, oh, I got quotes with printing. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not leaving my printer with you.
That's not your client.
Correct.
Can you imagine for $500 leaving your full setup in your printer? No, absolutely not.
She claims that somebody's leaving their printer for less than 500, which I mean, maybe they are, but I don't know what kind of printer they have either.
Yeah, yeah. I would just try this week putting prices from on the pitch deck so that people can see, because I think a lot of the time when you do look higher end,
Mm-hmm.
people, once they get that pitch deck from you, they'll go, oh, I can't afford this. Rather than, but if they see an initial price, at least they'll know either way.
Mm-hmm.
And if they still ghost you, they can't afford you, or they could come back to you.
Okay.
How often are you following up?
Um, so my email blast, I'll be honest, like I've got to like start. I feel like I need to start over with the email blast. But
Okay.
like the people that I am communicating with, like on my, like some people actually will text me, and
Texting? Yeah, texting's massive.
yeah, but some of them ghost me on there too, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. But I do have some that really just keep in touch with me though.
Yeah.
And I mean, they haven't booked yet, but I just check in with them every now and then. Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I keep up with them every now and again. And I have like one girl, she'll share with me everything that's going on with her. And so I just, talk about custom experiences, and when you're ready, we'll get it together.
Get her closed. That sounds like a whole lot of customer service. Just send her a message.
She just
Someone
heard a
else
lot.
is, we're now fully booked on your date. If you want this, you need to let me know by the end of today.
I don't know if she's going to or not. I don't talk to her every day. But when I do talk to her, she tells me what's going on, I think is what I'm trying to say. But like,
wedding
I haven't talked to her.
therapy.
We'll
Wedding
be best.
therapy.
Right. Well, that's the downside of being like having a background in like therapy and social work.
Yeah, but you have to
People
learn
pick up on it.
You have to learn to closer. I'm one of those people too. I'm a helper. I'm a helper, not a closer.
Yeah, they pick up on it immediately. It's my nature.
Yeah. Danny, you need to read a book called NLP. Just to help you with your closing.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm a closer. It usually goes, are you buying this or what?
You don't say it like that though.
Are you buying
He
this or what?
does too.
I think
No, he does, because he did it to me.
You know what, Dana? He's got worse as the years have gone on. His tolerance has just become less and less.
Right. Question time's over. Are you buying this or what?
Yeah, he'll do it to me.
But it worked, Dana. It worked.
I love Sammy.
Adam, go.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Just to note on what she was saying, sometimes with us, the pitch deck, we've gotten the same response, feel like it's just overwhelming to the client sometimes. But we, especially for weddings, things like that, we found it's much easier to keep to the basics and then upsell them, which obviously is what I've
once
learned
you get them, yeah.
as we get closer, get them to book first and then upsell an experience, upsell the guest book, something. So that way they don't feel so overwhelmed about it up front. So that's worked for us. And even to corporate clients, sometimes we talk to them about a simpler experience. They say, yep, they're pretty much committed, and then we talk more about something more for their event. And they're like, okay, yeah, that's great. Yeah, actually, I like that, because they like dealing with you now at this point. So
yeah, absolutely. Like, even so much as you have to remember, every client that comes to your business just wants a photo booth. So keep it really simple. Do you want digital only or do you want prints? Okay, let's get that booked. Would you like to add an experience to that? So you can make it a system that get them booked on either prints or digital, and then upsell, upsell, upsell as you go.
Sorry, we're in this topic. I have a question. How many times are we touching a lead? So once you get a lead, how many times I'm doing Check Cherry. I just transferred. I got the email from you guys about getting 50% off. So here we are. I have it at 10 touches. So it's a text message and emails throughout those 10 times. What do you suggest?
Well, they now say that you have to touch somebody up to 12 times before they buy, because we are surrounded by messages all day. Constantly people are marketing to us from the minute we open our eyes until the minute we go to sleep. There is so many messages. And say, for example, you're someone who's getting married this year. The internet and digital marketing has made it so easy to access and target those people. They don't even know they're being targeted all day. They're being targeted by bridal stores, and they're being targeted by venues, and they're being targeted by photo booth companies, and they're being targeted by everything wedding, that the messaging is so overwhelming to understand what it is you actually need to focus on right now. So you have to touch them 9 times. But those 9 times need to be of value to that person. It's not a constant sales pitch. It's a, how can I help you? How are you getting on with your planning? Is there any other questions that you have? Did you see this little quick guide that we created for budgeting for your wedding? Oh, I seen this really cool florist the other day and thought I would pass it on to you. Think about building a relationship with your clients, because they want to trust you. And if they trust you, they'll buy from you. So we would touch people, well, we have like about 9 touch points. And then they move over into our monthly newsletter, and then they just get the monthly newsletter until they unsubscribe. But it isn't a no until they say no.
Or an alternative to no.
Was Danny gone? He was meant to be counting.
I don't think we cost a lot, did we?
See, when I get excited, so anybody that's new, I apologize.
I'm I'm a bit disappointed in us, to be honest. I don't think people have got the real flavor of who we are.
He's still in holiday mode.
I think we should be real right from the offset.
Yeah.
I agree with Sammy. I'm just kind of like, look, either you want it or you don't want it. I'm just kind of like, look, I don't have that kind of time.
There, Adam says I used to do algorithms and they taught us 12. Yeah.
See,
Agritourism.
See, once again,
agritourism.
What's that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Jeanette, we're interrupting you.
Agritourism is like pumpkin patches, stuff like that.
What?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Pumpkin patches.
Like pumpkin patches, corn mazes, massive business in the US, massive.
Like what? Like agricultural fun?
It's like you have a farm, but really you make money by bringing people on it.
Right.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
We do that in Ireland too.
We have that here. We're
Yeah,
not
they call it
short.
agritourism. So
We're not
we
short
go
of
to
farms in
conferences
Ireland.
for it, and I mean they tell you 12 to 14 times.
I'm gonna add one of our touch points is a half naked picture of you, George. I'm just gonna text it and go, "What do you think now? Would you like? What do you think now? Are we any further forward here? Because I can send him to your event."
How do you think your future husband would feel about this? Turn it up at your wedding.
What do you think of this?
I'll book.
Okay, I'm just going to go back into the chat again. So somebody said they tried to join on the site and it was saying $300. You may have 2 memberships in the cart.
Yeah, just delete one. Or listen, anybody that just add me on Facebook afterwards and I'll help.
Yeah, if you need help.
Add me on Facebook. Make sure you're in our photo booth marketing group. And you have bald head, ginger beard, can't miss me, add friend.
There's a link to that NLP sales book in the chat as well for anybody that's interested in it. NLP is a really funny thing because it basically teaches you to become a manipulator. And somebody bought it for me once and I was reading it going, oh, Oh my God, I do these things already. My sister teach me. Oh my God, am I a manipulator? Then I got told that I'm not. I'm a kind person and I'm a giver, not a manipulator.
Just keep telling yourself that, Ursula.
I'm a natural salesperson, apparently. So,
Right.
then where are we? 12 times where are we? Bounce, okay. Gerald's got his new logo up. Let's have a look
Uh-oh.
at it. Come on,
Where's
Gerald.
that?
Big.
I
I'm
missed
seeing
that.
red. I'm seeing red, Gerald. We need to talk about this.
I don't see it.
Where's
Where is it?
the color of love?
Top corner. Red means danger.
Yikes.
Change it.
Stranger danger, Gerald. That's not good.
Try changing it to a more orangey red, Gerald, rather than red.
Well, my photo booth company is orangey, but it also has top hats and monocles too. But
Yeah, that's okay, but you can still like Mike. I don't know if Michael Vayner's still here. Like Michael's new brand is a reflection of the other company that he has that does weddings and social, but it's just more prominent, do you know? So you can still bring your brand colors in, but just make that M slightly more orangey red rather than red danger stop signs.
okay, I think I matched it up because my DJ company and that has like the red heart. It's like everything's like dot love with mine, so it has like the heart. So I kind of match it. So if I'm putting them all under one umbrella, that it kind
Well,
of
then make all of your fucking hearts
make them
orange.
all orange.
Make everything. Get rid of the red, Gerald.
I'll say fuck it. I'll make them all black.
Not even going to charge you $750, but you're going to get an invoice after this call. Get rid of the red.
Okay. My question.
I'm just
Oh,
glad.
man.
I'm just
Oh.
glad there was 3 fucks there in about 30 seconds. That's good.
Ursula making money on the call.
No.
My question was is when you're doing the quick booking them, just do you want digital or the prints and that? How fast are you up? I use check cherry sort of thing. So when they're going through the process sort of thing, it's kind of like
Oh,
if I'm
literally.
it'd
So
be
you
all
have
like
some,
add-ons as they're going, as opposed to break.
yeah. So
Should I say?
all of the money manifestation that we just did basically taught you upsells. So that should happen on a weekly basis from somebody books. Or you can be really clever if it's for weddings, send them on payday. Always send an upsell on payday at the end of every month before they're booking.
Okay.
Because you're asking for small amounts of money then. So $500 will book you our digital only booth. If you want to upgrade to prints before your wedding, you can certainly do that. Let's get you booked. Then they get an email at the end of that month. Would you like to upgrade your photo booth to prints? It's $250. Would you like to add a premium backdrop? It's another $150. Would you like a prop box? It's another $200.
What about this experience? 250.
Yeah.
But my question is, should that all be available when they're initially booking it? Because generally, if I'm talking to them, I push them into the booking system, that they would have all those options. Like right now, I've got separate pack. Like every experience is its own thing. But if I'm going with the simpler thing of just those, I want to
Yeah.
make sure that they have all those things.
Yeah, it should be underneath as an
it'd
upsell,
be
you
like
know,
an add-on.
enhance your experience with, and then give them the options. And if they don't buy them at that point,
Push them
then you
later.
start to drip feed it into them to get them to buy.
Okay, that was my question on. I didn't want to hold them back from taking their money if they want to pay it right off the bat. If they go, oh, I
No,
love that.
absolutely not. No, if they want to book in at $2,000, get them in at $2,000.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Right, let's go. Let's stop now.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us. It's been a great Zoom. For anyone who joined us this evening who's not a member, thank you for coming and for giving us your time. And if you have any questions, make Sammy and I make friends with us on Facebook. That's the quickest, easiest way to get hold of us. Anyone who wants a review of their brand or website, email to ursula@photoboothmarketing.com. And we look forward to next week when we are doing websites and blogging.
Awesome. If you need help, message me. I
Gosh,
will
thanks
talk.
for the drama of Josh. Come on. Oh dear.
Yeah, if you need help with anything, message me. I will talk to you all night. And it's already 11:40 p.m.
There's a song for that somewhere.
Maybe. And if you're new, this is going to be a bit weird. But what's about to happen might worry you a little, but don't let it worry you. We're just very friendly people. And this is how we like to end our Zooms. So play the game. Bye, Gerald. Bye, Rhonda. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Adam. Bye, Rick. Bye, Nigel. I put on like a bedtime stories voice for this. Does anybody notice this? It's so soft. And bye,
Susan's waving.
Susan.
She must need to go.
Bye. Oh, bye. Susan just left. Fuck this shit.
Susan
I'm
waving.
sick of this. Bye, Brandon. See you later. Bye, Kim. Bye.
I had to unmute. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Jeanette, baby.
Hi, honeys.
Bye, Jeanette. Bye, Ken. Bye, Loretta. Bye, Cindy. Up the top there. I see you. Bye, Amber.
Bye.
See you guys.
See you later. Bye, Kaylani. And bye, Demir. And bye, Itzel. And bye, Josh. Josh, you're going to make it. Don't worry. Bye, David. Bye, Erica. Bye, Garrett and Ika and Troy.
See you later,
Ness.
guys.
All right. See you later. Carolina. Bye bye. Who am I missing?
Bye.
Oh, did I do you, Ika? I think I did. I did.
But Ness, did we do Ness?
I did, Ness. Bye, Michael.
Bye.
And your awesome new brand. Don't fuck that one up.
Oh, I won't. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I sleep with it at night.
Bye, Dana. I think that's it.
Bye.
Oh,
Thank
Alicia.
you.
Sorry, Alicia. Bye.
But you
Bye,
forget me.
Alicia. Look, I didn't forget you. I saved the best to last.
That's it. See you
You
guys
know.
later.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye.